Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khaira Akil Arifin. I am from 5C class English Education Department. Today's episode is about ethnographic design. Have you ever wanted to explore culture of different groups of people? Well, that's what we'll be learning about today. Today's topic is about ethnographic design. The term ethnography literally means writing about groups of people. Using this qualitative design, you can identify a group of people, study them in their homes or workplaces, note how they behave, think, and talk, and develop a general portrait of the group. Now, I will explain about what is ethnographic research, when should you use it, and how did it develop? What is ethnographic research? Ethnographic designs are qualitative research procedures for describing, analyzing, and interpreting a culture sharing groups, shared patterns of behavior, beliefs, and language that develop over time. Central to this definition is culture. We know a culture is human behavior and belief. When do you conduct an ethnography? You conduct an ethnography when the study of a group provides understanding of a larger issue. You also conduct an ethnography when you have a culture-sharing group to study, one that has been together for some time and has developed shared values, beliefs, and language. Ethnography can provide a detailed day-to-day picture of events. You conduct an ethnography when you have long-term access to a culture-sharing group so that you can build a detailed record of their behaviors and beliefs over time. You may be a participant in the group or simply an observer, but you gather extensive field notes, interview many people, and collect letters and documents to establish the record of the culture sharing group. How did ethnographic research develop? Ethnography, as practiced in education, has been shaped by cultural anthropology, by an emphasis on the issues of writing about culture, and by how ethnographic reports needs to be read and understood today. The roots of educational ethnography lie in cultural anthropology. So, what are the types of ethnographic designs? The first, the realist ethnography. The second, the case study, and the last, the critical ethnography. Realist ethnographies. A realist ethnography is an objective account of the situation, typically written in the third-person point of view, reporting objectively on the information learned from participants at a field site. Case study. A case study is an in-depth exploration of a bounded system, for example, activity, event, process, or individuals. Bounded means that the case is separated out for research in terms of time, place, or some physical boundaries. It is useful to consider the types of cases that qualitative research often study. Critical ethnography. Critical ethnographies are a type of ethnographic research in which the author is interested in advocating for the emancipation of groups marginalized in our society. It is from Thomas, 1993. Critical researchers are typically politically minded individuals who seek, through their research, to advocate against inequality and domination. Carl Bacon and Apple in 1992. What are the key characteristics of ethnographic research? The characteristics typically illustrate an ethnographic study. The first, cultural themes. A cultural theme in ethnography is a general position, declared or implied, that is openly approved or promoted in a society or group. See Spratly in 1980 for a discussion about cultural themes. And then, a culture sharing group. A culture sharing group in ethnography is two or more individuals who have shared behaviors, beliefs, and language. And then, shared patterns of behavior, belief, and language. A shared pattern in ethnography is a common social interaction that stabilizes as tacit roles and expectations of the group. Spindler and Spindler in 1992. Second, the group shares any one or a combination of behaviors, beliefs, and language. And then the fourth, fieldwork. Fieldwork in ethnography means that the researcher gathers data in the setting where the participants are located and where their shared patterns can be studied. The fifth, description, themes, and interpretation. The first, a description. A description in ethnography is a detailed rendering of individuals and scenes to depict what is going on in the culture sharing group. This description needs to be detailed and thick, and it needs to identify specifics. For themes, thematic data analysis in ethnography consists of distilling how things work and naming the essential features in themes in the cultural setting. And for interpretation, in ethnography, the ethnographer draws inferences and forms conclusions about what was learned. The sixth is about context or setting. The context for an ethnography is the setting, situation, or environment that surrounds the cultural group being studied. It is multi-layered and interrelated, consisting of such factors as history, religion, politics, economy, and the environment. This is by Federman in 2010. The last, researcher reflexivity. Reflexivity in ethnography refers to the researcher being aware of and openly discussing his or her role in the study in a way that honors and respects the site and participants. The last topic is about the steps in conducting an ethnography. There are 5 steps for this topic. The first is identify intent and the type of design and relate intent to your research problem. The second, discuss approval and access considerations. The third, use appropriate data collection procedures. And the fourth, analyze and interpret data within the design. And the last, write the report consistent with your design. Okay, that's all about our topic today, an ethnography design. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.